Hello friends, what's up? It's Jamie here. Welcome back to another Fangirl Fridays video. These are the videos where I make all my favorite things everyone else's problem. I, like many kids who grew up in the late 2000s/early 2010s, loved Club Penguin. Kayla, one of my childhood best friends, introduced me to two very important things in my life, YouTube and Club Penguin, so thank you, Kayla. I spent hours upon hours on Club Penguin. I was fucking loaded. I had so many different clothes, so many different igloo variations. I had every single puffle, all the colors, all the different puffle species, and then they're like matching furniture items and accessories, like the different hats. I spent hours like hogging the landline so that I could talk to my friends while we played Club Penguin together. I had Club Penguin boyfriends. But my love for Club Penguin continued outside of the actual website. I watched all of the music videos, all of the animated shorts on YouTube on repeat. I loved doing the like paper crafts that you could print out from the website, like the paper stamp book. I have a collection of books and figurines and plushies, although I don't know where all of those are, but we'll get to that in a bit. And I have the Wii and the DS games. I played Club Penguin up until its very last moments. I played Club Penguin Rewritten until that got shut down, and I've played several of the different fan-made remakes that have really healed my inner child. So in today's video, I basically just wanted to pay tribute to one of the most beloved games of my childhood. So without further ado, let's get into it. On Christmas of 2010, I joined Club Penguin as Aurora214. I got the Aurora part of my username from my favorite Animal Crossing penguin villager, Aurora, and then 214 because my birthday is Valentine's Day. I remember that I basically spent all day just glued to my dad's computer and got all like the free holiday party items and played as many of the mini games as I could so that I could buy like all the other like holiday clothes from the gift shop. I don't think I got my first puffle that day, but I know that I got my first puffle, a pink puffle, within the first few days of joining. I chose pink as my penguin color, and although I did like collect some of the different penguin colors that you could have throughout my years of playing, I stuck with pink because pink is my favorite color, and I was always wearing some variation of a red wig because I have red hair and I wanted my penguin to match. One of the first red wigs that I ever got for my penguin was this like red side ponytail from the sports catalog. I think it was one of the wigs that was paired with like the ice skating dresses, which were also some of like my first clothing items. All like the winter themed items were some of like my first clothing items that I got in the game. And then for one of the puffle parties, either in 2011 or 2012, I can't remember exactly which one, I got the red wig that they were selling in the catalog that was like supposed to be paired for like or inspired by the red puffle, and I wore, literally, like when I tell you I wore that exact wig like for my penguin for years, like I'm not exaggerating. Like god, I wish I had like screenshots from that time because you could really see just like how much my penguin like stayed the same. Like once I found that red wig, like that's like the main thing that my penguin was like always wearing. And then there was this other red wig that I had that had like a braid like at the top that I wore basically until Club Penguin shut down. And I also like to wear glasses that look pretty similar to the ones that I have now. I love to change up like my general outfits, like what my like penguin was wearing like on their body, like with the shirts and the dresses and the shoes and the like necklaces and bags. I loved changing that up all the time, but I like to try to match like my basic penguin look to what I looked like in real life because I just thought that was fun. Customization like of my penguin, but also just in general, was one of my favorite things about Club Penguin. Customizing my penguin, my igloo, my Puffles hats. I also remember that I loved decorating my stamp book with all my favorite pins. My favorite pins were always the different Puffle pins. My stamp book was covered in them. Speaking of Puffles, by the time Club Penguin shut down, I pretty much had every Puffle that you could have, like I mentioned before, every color of the rainbow puffle, the gold puffle, the prehistoric puffles. I know that a lot of like the later puffles, like in the later years of Club Penguin, have gotten like people were like kind of like turned off by them, but I always liked them. Like even like the dog puffle and the cat puffle, like I still liked those, even though I know they were a little weird, but I still liked them and I still had them. But my favorites were always the pink and purple puffles. I even had plushies of them, but we'll get to that again later. They were my first puffles, named Pinky and Princess respectively, and they were my favorites to dress up and take on walks. I had like the pink bow for Pinky and then the tiara and the princess cap for Princess because I was, very on theme in that way. I was always bummed, I will say though, that Aqua Grabber was like my least favorite Club Penguin minigame. I hated Aqua Grabber, and I never really played that much of Dance Contest because I would have liked to play more of like my Puffles like games with them. My actual favorite games in Club Penguin were always Ice Fishing and Pufflescape. Ice Fishing, top tier. Best game in Club Penguin, best minigame by far, hands down. Don't at me, at God. I think that was like the only minigame that I got all the stamps for. So it was my go-to game for earning coins because once you got like all the stamps, you got like twice as many coins with every game that you completed. So that was just the way that I was just like grinding for coins. And I loved Pufflescape because I could play it with my Puffles. And even though I don't think I ever got through all of the levels, because there was a lot of them, there was a lot of levels I remember, I still had a lot of fun. I also really loved playing Puffle Launch. It definitely wasn't my like absolute favorite game, but what I loved about it was that there was a Puffle Launch app that you could play and connect to your actual Club Penguin account, and so that you could earn coins that way. Like even if like you weren't playing actual Club Penguin, you could like go on your phone and play through the app and get coins, which I thought was really cool. I took I definitely took advantage of that a bunch. That was always my favorite thing about getting Club Penguin merch, the books, the toys, the console games, because depending on the item, you could either earn coins or unlock exclusive items for your Club Penguin account. I'm gonna go through like my actual collection of Club Penguin merch in just a bit, but first I want to quickly rapid fire some of my other Club Penguin favorites. So my favorite special character was always Gary the Gadget Guy because I mean, first I just loved him. I thought he was so silly and goofy, and I also really liked like his penguin, like his design. But I also loved him because the secret agent route was like actually my favorite thing about Club Penguin. I loved playing every single mission, getting every secret item within those missions and getting all the different secret agent clothing. But my absolute favorite mission, hands down, which technically it was a party, not a mission, was Operation Blackout. Oh my god, holy shit. Everything about that mission party was so fucking excellent. The Club Penguin team, they went so hard with that shit. It's not even funny. My 10-year-old mind blown, just completely, utterly blown. Like the different phases and the reveal of Antarctic as the director, that was the coolest fucking thing that ever happened in my childhood. And no Club Penguin event, no Club Penguin party ever topped that. That's not to say that I didn't love the other Club Penguin parties. I definitely did. Again, another like favorite thing about Club Penguin. I know I'm saying like, oh, these are all like, I'm saying as if like everything's my favorite thing, but I just loved Club Penguin, okay? I loved so many things about Club Penguin. Is that a crime? But yeah, so I loved like all the parties. But if I had to pick just like some favorites, it's definitely hard. But if I had to narrow it down, I would definitely say like the holiday parties were always some of my favorites, which I always had like such a special place for those in my heart because I joined Club Penguin during a holiday party, so they always made me feel very nostalgic. And I also really enjoyed the coins for change. I always thought that that was really cool that they did that every year. And then also I really, because I am like the huge like medieval times nerd that I am, I loved all the different medieval parties and getting to dress up as like princesses and like knights and like fighting all like the dragons and stuff. I always thought that that was super fun. I also like really loved the wilderness expedition in 2011 because that was when we got the brown puffles, and then the underwater expedition in 2012 because I got to live out my mermaid fantasies, and then the holiday party in 2013. Not sorry, the Hollywood. I read that completely wrong. The Hollywood party in 2013 because some of my favorite clothing items from the entire game were released during that party. And I just like all like the glitz and I don't care about Hollywood in real life, but in Club Penguin, the glitz and glamour of it all was really fun. All right, now I wanted to go through my little collection of Club Penguin paraphernalia that I accumulated during the height of my Club Penguin obsession, starting with the figurines. I have 9 figurines in total. They all came in a set together. This set came well, not entirely, but it came with special characters like Herbert P. Bear, Klutzy the Crab, DJ Cadence, Antarctic, or the director, Sensei, Captain Rockhopper, and my personal fave, Gary the Gadget Guy. This set also came with 2 regular penguins dressed as a ninja and then also a dragon. And these ones were special because you could mix and match them. I know that there were other figurines like them where you could swap out their parts to create different looks, but these were the only 2 that I had that were like that. Besides some paint chipping in some places, I feel like my figurines have held up pretty well, which I feel like I'm pretty proud of considering the fact that I've had them for like at least 10 years, probably more at this point, but at least 10 years. So I feel like they're all in pretty good shape. I'm not sure if I can really say the same about my plushies, mainly because I don't know where 3 of them are. I had 2 penguin plushies and 2 puffles, like I mentioned before. I'll insert pictures of the pink and purple puffle plushies because I don't know where mine are. I don't know if I still have them. And then as for my penguins, I also don't know where one of the penguins is, so I'll insert a picture. But first, I do have, where are you? There you are. Okay, so she's not in the best shape. I need you to like be gentle. She's this pink penguin. When I got her, she was dressed in like a ballerina dress and had some ballet slippers. The tiara she's wearing used to be gold. It's green now. I wouldn't say that she's like in terrible shape, but she's definitely not in like the best shape that she could be in. Um she still looks cute like overall, but she has, I don't know how well you can see them, but she has some stains on her, and as you can also see, she's not wearing her clothes. Don't ask me where they went. Literally no idea. But I still think that she's still cute. Like look at her. Hi. And then the other penguin that I had, again, I don't even know if I still have this penguin at this point because I literally have no idea where it is. So I'm just gonna insert a picture. But I had this yellow penguin that wore the like classic like white and blue striped nightcap and then like the red onesie. If you know, like if you're familiar with classic Club Penguin outfits, you know exactly what look I'm talking about. Of the toys, the figurines were always my favorites. They're the ones that I actively played the most with as a kid. I used to play with them and my Polly Pockets and like pretend that like they each got like trapped in each other's worlds. Oh my gosh, that also was like a blast from the past when I don't think I still have any of my Polly Pockets, but I still have my little guys, my little figurines. And again, I feel like they held up pretty well. Like look, they're so cute. I love them. Next, I want to go through my book collection. There, just like to preface, there are a lot of Club Penguin books. I'm gonna insert a picture of someone that I saw on Reddit who has all 40 Club Penguin books. My collection, it's a lot smaller. I only have 7 of those 40, and I didn't even know that there were 40 Club Penguin books until I was looking stuff up for this video. Honestly, thank goodness I don't have all those books because otherwise we would be here literally all day. But so the first 2 books that I want to start with are Star Reporter and then the Great Puffle Switch. These are a part of like this choose your own adventure series that they had going on back in the day. So in Star Reporter, you're a reporter. I know, shocking. And you're basically like choosing like what story you're gonna cover, like what's gonna be the next big scoop. And then in the Great Puffle Switch, you get swapped bodies, like you do a body switch with one of your puffles, and shenanigans ensue. And it's cute and it's silly. It's a good time. These are both like cute books. They're short and sweet, as you can probably kind of tell. They're pretty short books. I love a good choose your own adventure. So I had a lot of fun with these when I was a kid. And then we have Waddle, Waddle Out of Laughs, which is really just like a joke book filled with like different Club Penguin themed puns. It's cute, nothing really special. Like it's not like it's literally just like 140 jokes, like whereas these are like actual like stories, which these are, I feel like these were really fun. I know there were other choose your own adventure books. I don't know what those other ones are because I never read them, but I really liked these ones. I think my favorite was probably like the Great Puffle Switch. But yeah, but with Waddle Lot of Laughs, it's literally just like a joke book. It's again, it's cute. It's not really like the most groundbreaking thing. These jokes are not like the most like incredible like jokes like ever. They're just like really pretty much basic puns. If you want to know like what they're like, I guess I could read like a couple. Let me okay, here's a random page. All right. Okay. So, it's basically a bunch of like what washes up on tiny seashores? And then the answer is microwaves. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go to another page. I'll do like three. Okay, so we have why didn't the penguins have fun on the ski trip? Because they were snowboarding. Yeah. I know. I know. Again, some really groundbreaking stuff we have here. Okay. And then I guess yeah, just last one again. These are I know these are not that good. I'm sorry. How does a penguin make pancakes with its flippers? Yeah, so that's that's Waddle Out of Laughs. It's again, it's just like a silly little. It's very short. Um, there's like some of the jokes I think are like a little bit longer than just like the ones I just read. There's also like some like cute like art on the inside. It's just cute. It's just silly. Like it's not supposed to be anything super like serious. It's just like a fun little time. Moving on, we have two of my personal favorites. So we have the Secret Agent Handbook, and then we also have the Karjitsu Handbook. Like I mentioned before, I loved being a secret agent in Club Penguin, and I didn't really talk about this before, but I also loved Karjitsu. I was a black belt and I completed like the water elemental route. So having these handbooks was like both like fun and also useful. The Secret Agent Handbook is a handbook for the PSA, or the Penguin Secret Agency. It contains like the PSA secret code, like the secret alphabet like code that they have going on. I'll insert a picture. It also has like information about HQ and the different like spy gear, case files on Herbert and Klutzy, like the PSA mission files, and a bunch of different activities like memory tests. The mission files also contain like hints that are like they're written out in like the secret code, but they're hints to help complete like the missions and unlock like the special items. And then for the Karjitsu handbook, as the name implies, it is a handbook for Karjitsu, and it contains like the rules and some tips and tactics for Karjitsu. It also has like challenges that correspond with each belt color and some general advice sprinkled in from time to time from Sensei. Both of these handbooks again like were super cute, and also again genuinely contain like helpful information about their respective routes. Although I will say, like for the Secret Agent Handbook, it doesn't mention like the elite penguin force. Besides, like it has like an ad for the DS game like on the like on the final page. But I still like love this book. As you can tell, like the spine, like this is like really shows like how much like I read this book like cover to cover almost probably daily, like back during like my peak like Club Penguin like obsession. Like I loved this book. Sadly, I don't know where my copy of like what your puffle says about you is. I'm so sad that I don't, because I loved that book so much too. I don't know where my copy is, but I did have that book. But basically that book is like a personality test where you can like see, you answer a bunch of questions to see like what puffle you're most like, and it came with a bunch of really cute puffle stickers. And then last but certainly not least, although I obviously loved this book, my absolute favorite of the Club Penguin books that I do have is the awesome official guide to Club Penguin. This is the expanded edition. This book is exactly what it sounds like. It is a Club Penguin guidebook. This book came out in 2010, so it's missing information about locations and mini games that I imagine came out while or after this book was being made, like the Cave Mine and the Hidden Lake, and games like Puffle Rescue and Pufflescape. But so like each of like the different chapters are like for there are chapters for different locations and like the different mini games. There's a section about puffles, like special characters like Sensei and Captain Rockhopper have like dedicated pages where you can learn more about them. There's tips and tricks for the mini games. There's some, I think there's some hints for like some of like where you could find like some special like secret items throughout the island. By the end of Club Penguin, a lot of the information in this book became outdated, but there was still a lot that surprisingly held up like by the end. So again, I love this book. I love this book so much. When I'm feeling particularly nostalgic, I love to just like flip through the pages, or when I'm playing a fan-made remake of Club Penguin and I need some tips for the mini games, I go to this book as well. It's very cute, very well made. Definitely my favorite of the books that I have. I also, as I was just flipping through it now, I saw that there's a section in the back that says favorites. And so like, and this is like, I basically wrote in this when I was like probably like 9 or 10. So these were like my favorites at the time. It's so cute. So it says favorite game, ice fishing. That did not ever change. My favorite hangout, my igloo slash the nightclub. I don't even remember if I went to the nightclub that much in Club Penguin. But apparently I did, because my favorite party spot was also the nightclub. Apparently, favorite clothing item, I wrote, "It's hard to choose just one." Did I? I did not spell choose right. That's so embarrassing. I'll insert a picture of what I'm reading right now so you guys can see. I also wrote the number one instead of spelling out the word one. That's really, Jamie, what were you doing? Oh my god. Um, favorite furniture item, the purple puffle chair. That sounds about right. Yeah, I loved all the puffle items. They were just all my favorites in Club Penguin. Favorite book in the library, Rockhopper's Journal. I did love Rockhopper's Journal. I also loved like the yearbooks. Going back through all the old yearbooks of Club Penguin was always like a really fun thing to do. Favorite Club Penguin character, Gary. Again, that never changed. Favorite Club Penguin party, the medieval party. This was before Operation Blackout, so it makes sense that I put the medieval party. Like I said before, I always loved the medieval parties. And then favorite pizza, the candy pizza. There's also a section to draw your penguin here, but I never did that. Maybe I'll try to draw my penguin from memory at some point. We'll see. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do that. But that was so cute. Like again, see this this book just like it makes me feel so nostalgic and like warm and fuzzy on the inside. Now, one of the best ways that I've been able to keep my memories of the original Club Penguin alive, besides playing like the fan-made remakes, is playing the different Club Penguin console games that came out. There's only 3 of them, but I still love them so much, and I've played each of them so much. So first, I want to talk about Game Day. Game Day was for the Nintendo. I was going to say the Nintendo Switch, not the not the Switch. That was way before the Switch's time. This was for the Nintendo Wii, and it's actually like the third of the console games that were released, having come out in 2010. Admittedly, I have played Game Day the least out of the 3 games, but I've still really like enjoyed all of the mini games within Game Day. This game feels very much like a Club Penguin version of Mario Sports Mix, which I loved that game as a kid. I played the shit out of that. Oh my gosh, I loved that game so much, and I loved Game Day. My favorite mini games in Game Day were Puffle Paddle and Sled and Slide. I don't remember how I was at Sled and Slide. I don't remember if I was good at it or not. but I was great at Puffle Paddle. Basically, you had to like bounce as many puffles as you could on your paddle for as long as possible, and like different puffles, like different puffle colors got you different numbers of points. And I was always either on the blue team or the yellow team because I just like those colors the best. But I got all like the different jerseys and the cheerleading outfits and accessories in all four colors for my actual Club Penguin account because I connected it to my Club Penguin account. Next, we have Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force. This game came out in 2008, so it was the first of the Club Penguin console games. This is also one of the Club Penguin DS games, where basically you complete secret agent missions for the Elite Penguin Force. All of these missions in this game are unique to this game, are original to this game, unlike Herbert's Revenge, which we will talk about shortly. But so these missions are centered around basically just like kind of getting you familiar with and like developing your skills as an EPF agent and solving a mystery surrounding Gary the Gadget Guy and his robot inventions. You could also play mini games like Kart Surfer and Ice Fishing, and you could collect like a variety of clothing items to wear throughout the game and earn coins for your actual Club Penguin account. And so I love this game, like I still love this game because it has aspects that make it feel the most like Club Penguin, but like in DS form, like getting to dress up your penguin and like with the classic Club Penguin mini games. The missions in this game are very cute and charming in that Club Penguin way, but I do prefer the story of the missions in Herbert's Revenge. The point and click gameplay is like pretty much the same for both games though, so it's not really like, in terms of gameplay wise, they're on pretty much equal footing. Okay, before we move on, I actually have some exciting news. So starting at the end of this month, I'm actually going to be streaming this game on Twitch. This is going to be the first time that I will ever be streaming on Twitch. I'm going to be very honest, like this is going to be an experiment to see if I even like streaming like games or streaming on Twitch. I've done live streams before years ago. One I think I did on like Periscope. Do y'all remember Periscope? I feel like that's like that is like definitely revealing my age. Um, and then there was this other app. I feel like it was called like Lively, like live.ly. Also, okay, like that. I don't even know if that app. I don't think either of those apps exist anymore. And those live streams were really just like, I think I did like, I know on one of them I was like doing covers, and then I think another I was doing like I was like doing like Minecraft Diaries theory, but like in live stream kind of format. But yeah, so this will be my first time like actually like streaming like a game. And like, so Elite Penguin Force and then Herbert's Revenge, they're gonna be like the first games that I'm gonna play. I'm really excited, but I'm also kind of nervous because I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. But if you're interested, you can follow me on Twitch at Jaime Lazar. I'll have it linked down below in the description as well, if that's something again that you might potentially be interested in. I'm gonna basically be doing like a theme of games that I was like really into like in my childhood that were very like pivotal to my childhood years. So Elite Penguin Force and Herbert's Revenge, they just kind of felt like the perfect place to start. Speaking of Herbert's Revenge, which came out also in 2010, I will say that I probably prefer this game to Elite Penguin Force, but that's really only because of the storyline of the missions. So in this game, you're an EPF agent who is part of a specialized team to stop Herbert after the destruction of the PSA, and you play old PSA missions to essentially train. You're kind of like train, like they put you in like almost like a I was about to say a time machine. It's not a time machine. It's like a simulation. They put you in like a VR kind of thing where you're like reliving like these old PSA missions to again basically like train for like your final confrontation with Herbert. And so this game has like original, besides like the PSA missions, they have like original EPF missions that continue the story of you taking down Herbert after he destroys the PSA. And these missions are in particular my favorite things about this game. Like the story in this game I feel like is really fun, and that's like why I love it so much. But I do feel like it definitely lacks some of the elements that made Elite Penguin Force like just so charming. Like getting to dress up your penguin, getting, I forgot to mention this before, but getting to just like walk around the island, like explore the island after you've completed the story, and then like again like playing like some of like the most beloved Club Penguin mini games. Like these are all things that are missing from this game, which honestly feels like a huge shame. Like the mini games in this game are fine, but they're definitely not my favorites. So it's really the story that carries this game, which is, you know, arguably the most important thing. But I always did, like, to this day, like, I always did wish that there was like a third DS game that combined the storytelling of Herbert's Revenge and the extra like little like core like Club Penguin elements of Elite Penguin Force. But even so, both of these are like really fun games. Like I feel like they're really great for when you're missing some of like those OG like Club Penguin elements. So I love them so much. I don't know if you can still get them. I don't know if they're like easily accessible, but if they are, I definitely recommend them. Alright, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I mentioned before, I'm gonna be experimenting with streaming on Twitch starting at the end of this month. And again, the first game that I will be playing is Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force. There's a particular style of like gaming video, or streaming in this case, that I want to kind of emulate, because streaming directly from my 2DS would honestly be such a hassle that I don't want to do. Like, and I don't want to like invest in like really like elaborate, like honestly inexpensive streaming equipment until I like know for certain that this is something that I want to do. I will be saying I will be getting like a better mic but it's also gonna be like a better mic like just for making videos in general. So I don't really count that as like getting equipment for streaming, since I'm gonna use that for my videos anyway. But like to me, I'm just like, I'm doing like a test run of me playing games for like the next couple of months to kind of on Twitch to see if it's something that I would even want to do in the long term. And then if that's the case, then I will invest in better streaming equipment. So this is definitely going to be a bit of like an unconventional like streaming style for gaming. So again, it's going to be very much me just like experimenting to see if this is something that I actually like even like to do, but I'm still gonna do my best to not suck, to have it be enjoyable content. So if you want to see if I succeed in that endeavor or not, again, you can follow me over on Twitch at Jaime Lazar. Anyway, if you are a Club Penguin lover like myself, I would love to hear in the comments down below some of your like favorite Club Penguin memories, or like what was your favorite mini game, what was your favorite special character, what was a mini game that like aggravated you to no end. Mine was Aqua Grabber. Like, let me know, did you have any Club Penguin romances? like like the quintessential like Club Penguin experiences. Like, how long did you play for? Like, I'd love to hear about your Club Penguin memories, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know exactly when it was, but I think that the 10-year anniversary of Club Penguin getting shut down is coming up, which is part of why I wanted to make this video. So I'd love to hear like some of your guys's Club Penguin memories. I still have like honestly a bunch that I didn't even tap into in this video. So if you're curious about like other like specific like Club Penguin memories that I didn't really talk about in this video, you can hit me up in the comments. I'd love to discuss. Once again, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I upload Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, except when I don't. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!